all cats old enough to catch their own prey gather here beneath the podcast for a clan meeting. Welcome to Paws and Claws, a podcast where we read the Warrior Cats books in chronological order. I'm Jillian, joined by my co-host and certified little guy, Scout, and today we will be discussing the novellas Goosefeather's Curse and Pinestar's Choice. Hello, Scout.
Hi, I'm just a little guy.
So, how are you? How are things? What's new? It's only been a few days since we last recorded.
It's true. But I am 1 year older since we last recorded.
That is true. You did have a birthday.
I had a birthday, and this morning I beat Tears of the Kingdom. So between that and what we read, I'm like deep in emotions and excited to talk about things, I would say.
Because I had a car ride on which I was reading these, my temptation to just message you all of my thoughts as I was thinking them was so strong. I was like, oh my god, I want to talk about this so bad. But that, because I read the first one on Friday as we were driving up, I was like, oh, this is why I read the books the day of, because like, how am I supposed to function?
Yeah, this was the first time doing a reading that I was like, I'm gonna read, usually I read in small chunks, a couple chapters at a time. This was the first time since we started the podcast that like I read both of them straight through in almost one sitting.
Nice.
I was like, I can't stop.
I love that. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to read in the car all the time because I am blessed to not get car sick from reading in the car.
I know. I used to
everyone is jealous of me. Readers want me carnally, etc., etc.
Readers want me, cars fear me.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I used to bring like 10 books on a trip. And,
damn, nice.
As I've gotten older, my stamina has decreased. I can't read as much as quick. I can still read very fast, but I can't my ADHD has gotten bad enough that I can't focus on one thing. Unfortunately, I took 3 books with me. These 2 novellas and one of the Danmei books that I was reading, and all 3 of them were so compelling that I was like, oh no, I don't have anything else to do for the rest of this car ride.
Oh no.
Because I finished them all.
You read too hard.
Even before I left, I was like, maybe I should bring another. No, it's a 3-hour drive. It's fine. It was not fine.
This is why we neurodivergents always pack way more than we need. This is where that instinct comes from. It's the moments.
Exactly.
I have to be prepared.
Exactly.
Yeah. As a child, I used to be able to read in the car. I would read in the car. I would write in my notebook in the car.
Yeah. The amount of Warriors fan fiction that was written on the 12-hour drives from Georgia to Michigan.
Oh, exceptional. That's very good. I wish I could still do that. Unfortunately, my car sickness has gotten worse in my old age.
Oh no.
I know. Maybe one day it will dissipate again. Even when I was in college, commuting, because I don't drive, so I was being driven by my parents to college, and I could play, I would play a shit ton of rhythm games on my DS in the back seat. But now, anything makes me nauseous in the car. I don't know what's up.
It's wild.
But what doesn't make me nauseous is these novellas.
That is so true. And you know what else doesn't make me nauseous? The Prey. How is the Prey running?
Prey Running is good. As I said, I had my birthday earlier in the week, and the thing that I always love is when we make our recipe for Kung Pao chicken for dinner. That's my favorite birthday dinner, and my dad made me the most delicious carrot cake I've ever eaten. It was such a good carrot cake.
Ooh, that sounds very good.
What about you? What kind of delicious, delectable prey have you been partaking in?
Well, today we ordered from the Mexican restaurant across the street simply because they deliver so fast.
Hell yeah. Is that the one that we ordered from when I came to visit?
I'm 90% sure. It's the one we pretty much always order from.
Hell yeah.
So good. I had 4 enchiladas, oh, delicious. I went to a wedding this past weekend, and they had barbecue as the food. That seems to be like the new trend. I gotta say, like the past several weddings I feel like that I've gone to, like several weddings that I've gone to have all had barbecue as the food.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. They had really good cornbread, I will say. Like it was a nice sweet cornbread with like actual pieces of corn in it.
Ooh,
very
nice.
good.
Almost like something a cross between a cornbread and a corn pudding.
Yes, it was very, very good. But what was really, really exciting is this wedding was in the town that we used to live in, and we went back to one of our favorite restaurants on Friday, which was this sandwich place, and they have the best pickles.
Yes. I know that you are a pickle fiend.
I am a pickle fiend. I love pickles. These are like so crisp and light and vinegary. I could just like eat their pickles for the meal. It was so good. They also have really, really tasty pimento cheese fries that we had.
Oh, pimento cheese fries sounds incredible.
Oh, it was so good.
That sounds amazing. I gotta learn how to make those.
Yeah, I mean, pimento cheese isn't that hard. All they do is just put the pimento cheese on there. They probably like stick it under the broiler for a few seconds.
Yeah, because I know, listen, I love me some pimento cheese. I love me some fries. I've just never thought of putting them together before.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. So, we should talk about the covers this week.
Yes. Oh, so first of all, once again, Polish covers are going fucking mad. The Polish cover for Goosefeather's Curse is unbelievable. I love it so much.
It's so cool. I put in the full art as well.
Yes, it's so sick.
It's got Goosefeather, and he just looks like fucking distraught.
He does.
This is like almost medieval kind of cat face going on here. Like very
mouth open,
tongue out, like tongue lolling, basically, like fear in his eyes. It's wild.
He looks crazed in a way, like when your cat hears something that just makes them go bananas, right? And he's being sort of beset upon by StarClan cat's ghostly cat paws clutching for him, trying to tell him their secrets.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good. I really like this other one that you posted in here, too.
Oh, the Russian one. Yes, so the Russian cover is for the one that has Goosefeather's Curse and the other two, I think Spotted Leaf's Heart and Ravenpaw's Farewell, I think are the other ones in there. Or maybe that's Maple Shade down there at the bottom is what it looks like.
It looks like Maple Shade, but I know that Maple Shade and Goosefeather were both. I thought they weren't in...
They were not in the same book, which is why this was very interesting to me. But it's dope, is what it is.
It's so good. It looks like an old woodcut or linoleum or etching.
Yeah.
Black and white with like these really soft gradients, lots of hatching.
All in black and white. It's very pretty.
Yeah, really, really cool. Like all depth is made with just like lines and accents. I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to share in this little segment today, other than just like, hey, the art fucking rips?
The art is so good. No, I don't. Well, I could mention that I did the Calico challenge that you talked about last episode. I was intrigued by that, and I decided to try it. And it was hard. You were right.
Yeah, it's tough.
But I was eventually victorious. It was very fun. As we've spoken about in previous episodes, I usually play Clan Gen in a more story-focused way, and this one was very much like, no, I'm optimizing. We are optimizing for Calicos and Torties, and I don't know anything about any of you people.
Yeah.
And that was fun. It just made my brain go burr for a few days. I had a lot of fun with that.
Nice.
But other than that, I'm ready to talk, ready to get into the summary and get into the discussion.
Hell yeah. A few years after the events of Maple Shade's vengeance, we return to ThunderClan, where a young kit named Goose Kit is absolutely overwhelmed by life at a mere couple of moons old. As it turns out, he can see StarClan spirits walking among the living, and after this ability helps him to save a missing apprentice, the Medicine Cat and leader learn of his special ability. At the young age of only 4 moons, he is made Medicine Cat apprentice despite his dream of becoming a warrior like his father. At his first visit to the Moonstone, Goosepaw is overwhelmed by a barrage of prophecies from StarClan and tries to flee before his ceremony is finished. Later, his visions save a patrol from an attack by kitty pets, and at a mere 7 moons old, Dostar, the leader of ThunderClan, suggests he receive his warrior name, Goosefeather. While out gathering herbs, the vision he's had since he was a kit of Stormtail abandoning him to a badger comes true, and in the aftermath he speaks with Mapleshade, who offers to teach him to fight. He eventually learns of her hatred for ThunderClan, but she does not hate him because, according to her, he is doomed by StarClan. After his attempt to prevent a vision from coming true, Goosefeather doesn't doubt this statement, feeling his gift is useless. When Dostar loses her last life and Cloudberry will soon follow, Goosefeather travels with Pineheart to Moonstone for the 9 Lives ceremony of the new leader. While there, Goosefeather has a vision of Pinestar's future. Their leader will one day leave ThunderClan for the life of a kitty pet, and there's nothing he can do to change it. In Pinestar's choice, we journey back to the apprenticehood of Pinepaw, future leader of ThunderClan. As son of the leader Oakstar and half-brother of the hero Birchface, Pinepaw has a lot of pride in being a ThunderClan apprentice. He learns to hunt and fight, even helping to chase ShadowClan intruders off the territory. In a hunting patrol gone sideways, Pinepaw is saved from a fox by a kitty pet, making him begin to wonder if all kitty pets are as soft as he was told. A few moons later, a group of kitty pets are sent further into ThunderClan territory than before, and Pinepaw is part of the patrol sent to teach them a lesson about borders. He meets the cat who saved him and her kits, and covers their return to their den since she wasn't involved with the invasion. Afterwards, Pinepaw is given his warrior name, Pineheart, and he hopes to one day be a leader like his father. Moons later, we pick up after the terrible leaf bear detailed in Goosefeather's curse, and Pineheart faces down Dostar's last life with worry, not wanting her to leave him behind. After her passing, Pinestar receives his 9 lives from StarClan, including a piece of advice from Thunderstar. Leadership makes Pinestar restless, and so he journeys later to Two Leg Place, meeting Jake, the son of the she-cat who saved him. In an attack on WindClan's camp, Pinestar is forced to reckon with his decisions as they led to the death of Moonflower, mother of Bluepaw. He relays the story to Jake, who he seems to have grown very close to. As the attack was based on a vision from Goosefeather, Pinestar begins to wonder if he can trust the prophetic Medicine Cat any longer, and confesses as much to his kitty pet friend. As time continues, Pinestar has been reckless with his lives and considers his place in the clan. Would he become a father to more warriors in the forest? He meets with Shanty, a kitty pet who tells him all about her life, how it is full of honor and love in a different way than clan life. Pinestar dreams of meeting Dostar, who informs him that his future son will be born with the power to destroy ThunderClan. When his kits are born, he panics, fleeing to Two Leg Place and losing a life alongside Shanty's as they are hit by a monster. Thunderstar tells him he is on the cusp of needing to make his most difficult choice. After being told by spirits that he must kill his son, Pinestar flees, only to be caught taking kitty pet food by Lionpaw, who tells him RiverClan is attacking. He has made his decision, to leave his position as leader and live among the kitty pets. At Lionpaw's insistence, he returns to the clan to tell them his decision and leave the forest for good. He goes to Shanty's Two Legs, vowing to comfort them in her place, and he tells Jake he's adopted a new name, Pine. Well.
I loved both of these so much.
Maple Shade's Vengeance, Goosefeather's Curse, Pinestar's Choice, fucking choice-ass novellas, honestly.
Exceptional stuff. And it's so... I was not expecting there to be so many through lines between those. That
yes.
like we would already be getting the continuation of Maple Shade's story. I had no idea that she would show up here.
Well, and interestingly enough, as I was doing some research, which I'll talk about later, as I was doing research, there's through lines with these two through like the next 3 super editions that we're going to read.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, because I noticed there is one scene where Jake mentions Tall Tale, and I was like, that's my guy Tall Star. That's Tall Star's revenge, baby.
Yeah. So this book, I think, or not this book, but specifically, I think Pinestar's Choice is an interesting one because it covers basically, except for Mothflight's vision, it covers this entire section that we're basically talking about. You know, like, other than Cloudstar's Journey and Mothflight, I think Pinestar's Choice pretty much covers almost entirely the road to Rusty.
Yes, it's true. I have a little note here, actually, that Pinestar's Choice, I've been keeping track of the timeline now that I can check in on it. So Pinestar's Choice, Goosefeather's Curse ends earlier, so that is why we listed them in this order and sort of read Goosefeather first and then Pinestar. But Pinestar's Choice actually starts first. It starts 3 years after Maple Shade's Vengeance, meaning it is 1987, and by the time Goosefeather's Curse starts, it has been 6 years. By comparison, basically the entirety of the first 2 published arcs, so the 12 books plus that will be coming up in seasons 3 and 4 of our podcast, was a total of 5 years. So Pineheart is just out here. This timeline is so silly sometimes.
It really is, and this is kind of something that I was thinking about as I was reading these novellas. I think one of the things that I really like about these novellas, other than the fact that, like, I've read Prophecies Begin, so I'm, like, seeing these little, like, glimpses of the past of important characters and stuff that I know. I think what I really enjoy about these is just how grand it gives the history of these cats. Like, it feels like they have their specific things that they are beholden to, but they're like, we're just gonna make some, like, wild shit happen. And it's gonna fit in with the timeline for the most part, but we're gonna make some wild shit happen. And you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
They're really having a lot of fun, I think, with these.
It does. It feels like there's just, like, a lot of fun being had with the information.
Yeah. I loved these so much. So Goosefeather. We'll talk about Goosefeather first to start. Oh, firstly, I did a weird read order.
Yes, that is true. Tell us about your Star Wars read order.
Yeah, I did that, the Warrior Cats equivalent of that time that people were like, okay, so the way that you have to watch Star Wars is you watch A New Hope and then Empire Strikes Back, and then it's like you're having a flashback to the prequels, because that's when you find out all about Darth Vader, and spoilers for Star Wars. And so then you watch the prequels in between, and then you go back and watch Return of the Jedi. So what I did is I accidentally began reading Pinestar's Choice first, because I kept getting in my head mixed up which one I was supposed to do first. But then I realized, dear listeners, that Pinestar's Choice does start before Goosefeather's Curse. So I said, I'm going to do something a little wild and crazy. So I read chapters 1 through 3 of Pinestar's Choice, and then I read all of Goosefeather's Curse, and then I finished Pinestar's Choice. So that was actually really fun.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had done it like that.
I highly recommend it if you either didn't read these yet and would like to, or you want to go back and reread. I think it would be really fun for a reread. To see everything in, like, direct chronological order was really fun. And felt very cool to sort of have the whole story of Goosefeather sort of slotted in between what is a much more zoomed out look at Pinestar's life.
I like that.
Yeah, but zooming in on Goosefeather, this man is my little fucking meow meow. He's my sopping wet baby man. He is my absolute fucking loser king. I love this little guy. I'm holding him in my hands. I need to protect him. I need to pat his little head. I'm shaking him around, but gently.
Oh my god. My note that I said is, oh, he's just a little guy. Oh, he's fucked up, actually. Like,
he's a little guy.
Oh my god. Like, I do not blame this man for spiraling into so much anxiety, because at literally 4 months old, he is a baby. And they're like, actually, you're gonna become the next medicine cat.
We should this is a good moment to take a second to talk about how, like,
ages and stuff work.
Yeah, ages and clan structures.
Yeah. In the clans, the youngest cats are kits, and they are kits from the moment they are born to when they are 6 moons old, which is 6 months, which, if I recall correctly, is like how old kittens can be, like, on their own and stuff. Like, they can survive without their parents and whatnot. Like,
yeah,
young adult,
that
basically, cats.
It lines up to, like, when a cat would sort of
be a teenager.
Yeah, strike out on their own.
Yeah.
I don't need you, Mom.
So 6 months is when kits tend to become apprentices, and there's, I believe, in future books, like, mentions of leaders who get scolded because they make their kits apprentices too young in order to make them, like, fight battles, like literal child soldiers.
Mm-hmm. There is a whole arc that we will that it includes Yellowfang,
yes.
who we will be visiting later on in this season and next season.
Yeah. So, you know, it is kits are 1 to 6 moons. They have the suffix kit. They do not tend to leave the camp unless they sneak out, which they fucking do all the time. Or if they are, like, accompanied by their mother or something like that. Their mothers are referred to as queens. When they reach 6 moons old, they become apprentices. They are given a mentor, a warrior who is going to teach them how to be a member of the clan, who's going to teach them how to hunt, how to fight, how to basically be a cat. And there's no set, like, every cat becomes a warrior at X number of moons. But typically, most cats, unless they do something incredible or their apprenticeship is somehow put on hold due to injury or something, typically most cats become warriors and get their warrior name at 1 year, so 12 moons. So usually it's 6 moons as a kit, 6 moons as an apprentice, suffix paw, because they are learning, and it's usually around 6 months of training and things like that. So the fact that Goosefeather over here gets his warrior name at 7 months old is
absurd.
Fucking bananas to me.
It's wild, unbelievable choice on Dostar's on Dostar's count.
Unbelievable.
And we see the ramifications of it. Aside from him being a child doctor, being fucking Doogie Howser. We've
sorry, I was drinking my water.
I'm so sorry. Aside from Doogie Howser, cat doctor, specialist, 7-month-old baby,
literal child prophet.
What if
Goosefeather is Jesus?
What if I was about to say? What if Doogie Howser was Jesus Christ?
That's literally like. Goosefeather's curse dares to ask the question, what if Doogie Howser was Jesus Christ?
And so we see the ramifications of this because his peers all resent him.
Oh my god, yeah. They're so pissed off.
They're mad when he becomes an apprentice 2 moons early, and they're mad when he is made a fully named medicine cat just like 2 months after they had finally been made apprentices.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note, Goosefeather doesn't want that. He's like, I don't want this. I don't want to be an apprentice at 4 moons old. I don't want my warrior name at 7 moons old. This boy really, honestly, and truly just wanted to serve his clan.
He is literally like, stop. He
wants to reject the call of adventure so bad.
Stop making me special. I don't want to be special.
Gifted Kid Burnout.
Oh, God, true.
Is Goosefeather's curse.
Wait, there's a Tumblr post about this. Fuck. Hold on. It's a quote from something written by Andrei Tarkovsky, and it is, "Why are they all trying to make me into a saint? Oh God, I want to do things. Stop turning me into a saint."
Jesus, that is just Goosefeather.
It's just Goosefeather.
I just feel so bad for him. The entire book, I was like, it is this boy's slow descent into madness, because you can tell, like, from Pinestar's choice after the events of Goosefeather's curse, like, man seems to have perhaps lost it.
Yeah, he's very distant. He clearly seems to have sort of guided Pinestar down a path that seems fraught.
Yeah, I mean, the attack on Wind Clan was like a
direct thing that Goosefeather told Pinestar to do, and it went so badly.
It went so badly. It was absolutely bonkers bananas. And like I said, I believe we find out more about Goosefeather's descent.
Oh, I'm so
in the
curious.
other books, because apparently he does make an appearance in Crooked Star's book, as well as Blue Star's. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I bet he's in Blue Star's Prophecy. Excited to hear that he's in Crooked Star's Promise, though.
Oh yes, I have a feeling we're gonna have some opinions on Goosefeather in that one, just based on what I've seen in his tag.
Like, Crooked Star's Promise is the thing that I'm probably the most excited to read. I'm excited that we're going to do Tall Star's Revenge next, but Crooked Star's Promise is something that I just have, like, seen bits and pieces of. I'm sort of grabbing at these little bits that I see through the fandom, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here?
Yeah, for real.
Me peering through the window into Crooked Star's Promise. What are they doing?
What's he building in there? I loved... Like, I hated that they were doing this, because he is literally 4 months old, and they're like, we're gonna give him 20 prophecies all at once. Good luck.
God.
Fuck StarClan, honestly, in this book. What the fuck did they think was gonna happen? If they're gonna unload literally, you took note of all of them.
Yeah, there's so many.
12, there's 14 prophecies.
That's so many prophecies.
For a 4-month-old child.
It's so much. There was something so interesting about those scenes, because there was this sense of desperation from StarClan, and it made me wonder if, because in the earlier books, we see them very directly communicating with StarClan.
Right.
But then, like, we have the conversation with Cloudstar and the previous SkyClan warriors in Cloudstar's journey. But, like, for the rest of Cloudstar's journey, they don't talk to him. And I think the implication there is probably just that StarClan has sort of cut themselves off from Cloudstar and SkyClan in that moment. But with the way that the cats react to being able to speak directly to Goosefeather, makes me really curious if there is something going on here where it is more that the ability of StarClan to directly communicate with the living cats changes at some point over this time. Yeah,
it does make you kind of wonder, like, after Cloudstar's journey, did StarClan kind of become a little bit more vague to the clans? It seems like that might have been something that happened. They were establishing everything.
Yeah, and was it, like, not StarClan's choice? Is it something that happened to fuck up the connection between StarClan and the clans in the forest?
I would love to know that, because there is so much in between, like, the time frames that I feel like they could explore with that.
I'm going to go ahead and read out all of the prophecies that Goosefeather was besieged with over the course of his 2 visits to the moon or the Moonstone.
Before you do that, I do just want to point out one thing.
Yes.
So almost all of the stories in Code of the Clans take place in between Mothflight's Vision and Cloudstar's Journey. And so that's all about, like, how the code is, like, being codified, essentially. So I do think that
we should probably revisit those and see if...
Well, I mean, yeah, they're
very short.
They are.
I don't think we need to do a whole episode on them or anything, but I might sort of go look
some
through
good
my
extra
guidebook
reading,
and read through some of them to sort of see if I get a similar vibe. Because definitely it becomes a lot more like the Star Clan economy becomes very sign and based.
Yes.
Compared to like Dawn of the Clans era.
Yeah, and even between Cloudstar's Journey and Mapleshade's Vengeance, there is an unknown period of time, essentially.
There is.
So I do think perhaps maybe that is something that I would like to see them explore. I would like to see if anybody has maybe explored that in, like, fan fiction or anything.
Yeah.
Just that time period and kind of see what happened to, like, change the way that StarClan interacts with the cats. Sorry for interrupting you. Please continue on all of these fucking prophecies they give this child.
No, that was very important. So I, as somebody who has read most of the books that come, like, after this in the timeline, this was a delight for me because there are so many of these that I recognize that we will get in later books. So I wanted to read them all out on the podcast, keep a mark of them here so that we can revisit them later and be like, hey, remember back in Goosefeather's Curse?
Yeah.
Remember what they told that kid? So the ones that we get are, there will be a cat who burns like fire. Trust no one, not even your clanmates. Too many hearts are fickle. Beware striped face and snapping teeth. So much water, more than any cat has seen before. You will find friends in unexpected places. Listen to what midnight tells you. The lake will run red with the blood of brothers. Shadow Clan will soar above you all. Leopard and tiger will feast on your bones. Rivers of blood washing away everything the clans have known. Blood will spill blood. Darkness, air, water, and sky will come together. He is a kitty pet. Water will destroy her. Only fire will save the clan. And he just gets... This child, this 4-month-old just gets besieged. Just, I keep using that word, but it really is. It's a barrage. It's cacophony.
So
and it is all of these dead cats. Like, these ghosts are flooding him, like, coming towards him, flooding him, because his unique trait, like, his unique ability that he has is the ability to directly see the spirits of cats around him, even when they are not directly manifested.
Yeah.
Which includes I loved the way that they did this at the beginning of
God, it was
the novella.
So good.
Where you just sort of slowly figure out that he is seeing way more cats than everybody else is. And you have those moments where he's talking to cats and it's like, oh, he just says, oh, that's a black and white apprentice, or this is a dark tabby warrior. And then later they ask who those cats are. They ask him and he's like, I don't actually know their names. I'm sorry, I don't know their names. They've never told me. And it turns out that they're all ghosts.
Yeah. I actually found right here is where it is. So his mom, Daisy Toe, is like trying to get him to go play with his siblings. She nodded towards Moonkit, who was stalking across the clearing beside Stormpaw. The tip of her tongue poked out as she concentrated hard on copying his low, stealthy movement. 2 full-grown warriors watched them, half hidden in the shadows under the brambles. Goosekit curled into his mother's warm belly fur. I'd rather stay with you, he mewed. There are too many cats here. Daisy Toe purred. No more than usual. Like... It's so interesting, because at first you're like, oh, he's just got, like, hella social anxiety, because he's like, there's always so many cats around me, and it's so exhausting. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, this boy is seeing so many fucking ghosts. And you can, like, tell because he does know his clanmates' names. And so he'll say, like, the names of his clanmates, and then he'll just give the ghosts their physical description. It's very fun, very excellently done.
And the scene where he's talking, like, Cloudberry, the current ThunderClan medicine cat, is speaking to him and having him describe the cats, and her realizing what's going on is really, really fun.
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated by Cloudberry because we get that.
Me too. I want more. I want a Cloudberry special edition, baby.
I want to know everything about Cloudberry because what we learn is that Cloudberry was a RiverClan medicine cat who had to essentially be given to ThunderClan from RiverClan after Mapleshade went on her
murder spree.
Went on her girl bossing and killed Ravenwing, the ThunderClan medicine cat, because he was a very young medicine cat and he did not have an apprentice yet. So they had no medicine cat. And so Cloudberry is just this really fascinating character, like old and kind of crotchety, and seems sort of standoffish, but is clearly very much like a cat of two worlds who is so tired.
Interestingly enough, I'm on Cloudberry's page, and, you know, we mentioned last time about the whole Sue Suzanne controversy. Mm-hmm. Sue Suzanne said that Cloudberry was a RiverClan warrior who then trained as a medicine cat after Ravenwing's death, which just makes Cloudberry so much more interesting.
Whoa, that's so cool. See, this is why, listen, I don't know that much about Sue Suzanne. We're going to talk about her again in the Erin Corner today, but the general feeling that I got was that people were like, Sue Suzanne's ideas are like too much, you know? But every idea that I've heard Sue Suzanne have so far is pretty cool.
I think the idea of I am just fascinated. I want to know more about Cloudberry's background, because if it is true that Cloudberry was a warrior, like, what kind of selflessness this cat must have to be like, I'm going to abandon the way of life that I have known. Because Cloudberry is not a young cat.
No. It's so
go
interesting.
And help a clan that they have had a lot of bad history with. RiverClan and ThunderClan, like, you know, we always, in the later books, it's always like, ooh, ShadowClan and ThunderClan are always fighting. But, like, really, RiverClan and ThunderClan have a long history of just constant mess of their cats constantly having kits together and fighting over specific areas of territory. The Sunning Rocks.
Sunning Rocks is a huge problem.
Such a huge problem because it changes hands literally like every other year. Like, these cats are fighting over this little stretch of territory. And there's a lot of half-clan cats and a lot of, like, inter-clan romances between RiverClan and ThunderClan. They are so closely tied together, and there's so much, like, bad blood between them that it is fascinating to me that a RiverClan cat would leave to go and become the spiritual advisor for essentially their enemy at that point, because they were not on good terms at that point.
No, it's almost, I wonder if it was like a almost a peace offering,
right?
You know?
Yeah. Ooh,
there's so
fascinating. I'm gonna write a fan fiction about Cloudberry.
Yes, do it. Yeah. Aside from just wanting to say that the scenes around the really rough winter with all of ThunderClan starving are so visceral and upsetting.
It is unpleasant the way they describe the bulging eyes and stuff like that.
I know, it's so bad.
It is horrifying. They, like, make starvation so fucking visceral. It is so much.
I really liked the way that we have this scene where Goosefeather has the vision of everybody starving, and he tries to warn his leader and prevent it by they come up with this plan to try and prevent it via burying prey that they can then dig up during the frozen months when the ground is frozen, but there's an unlucky, like, late fall, early winter rainstorm that floods everything, and it totally all the prey ends up tainted. And the little moment where Goosefeather is sort of digging up the prey to discover that it's gone foul with Hairpounce, one of the queens who has just recently given birth. And they find that it's, all full of maggots and inedible. And like one of the next lines right after that scene is Hairpounce was the first to die because after that moment, she did not eat anything else.
Yeah.
That was very haunting and like I loved that detail.
It was so much.
It was so much.
So I looked it up. The book was originally going to be titled Goosefeather's Madness.
Yeah!
Which I think is an apt description, but I like the title Goosefeather's Curse much better.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know what to say other than this was an excellently written story. The descent of Goosefeather was really, really well done. You just feel so badly for him because he can't do anything about it, but you just have to sit there and watch this guy like try to fight destiny, and it is so...
You really feel how his perception of his powers changes and how deeply defeated he feels by the end.
Oh god, yeah. He's given up. I really, really liked... one of the things, and we'll talk about it in the fandom corner, is a lot of people are like, why the fuck is Mapleshade always here? And I'm like, I think having Mapleshade show up and try to teach him how to fight and then say, oh, I hate all of your clanmates, but I don't have anything against you because your life is gonna fucking suck even worse. I just thought that was horrifying because this is the cat who is basically like the devil at this point. Like, she has done so much bad shit. And even in Pinestar's Choice, like, they tell her story as like a tale to frighten kids. And
which was so wild interesting to me.
But like seeing him see this cat who he is now realized, he's like, oh, I saw you murder her. Like, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, I murdered her. Like, she deserved it. I hate everybody in your clan and I want them all to die horrible, painful deaths, but I'm not gonna do anything to you because your life is gonna suck and I'm not even doing anything about it. Like,
yeah, I don't have to hate you. You're already being like the cat like, who suffering.
Has literally the most hate in the entire clans at this point pities you. Like, that is devastating. How do you come back from that? You don't.
Devastating. The worst person you know has a good point.
Right. Fucking so much.
It's
a good one.
It's a good one. And Pinestar's Choice is a good one too, to me.
Oh my god, yes. Pinestar's Choice, I wrote down, aka Cat Game of Thrones, because truly, is it not? There's so much emphasis in this particular book on family, on lineage, on your legacy. There's... Oh my god. So first of all, Pinestar is the half-brother of Birchface, who we remember from Mapleshade's Vengeance. His father is Oakstar. Like, this cat has a lot to live up to. And he's got a lot going on. It is implied, like, from the time that he is a kid, like, or an apprentice. They're like, you're gonna be a leader one day.
His dad wants that for him. His dad is projecting so hard on him.
It is so wild. I'm like, this guy he's not proven himself yet. Like, he's very proud of who he is. He's very proud of his clan. Like, he's a good apprentice, but like, woof. It's so wild.
Another character, another reluctant hero, I feel like.
Oh, very much so.
He has, it's very complicated for him.
He wants
because
it.
He wants it theoretically, but he has to take it on too early, or it is...
He's not properly prepared for it, and the advisor that he has is slowly descending into madness.
Or even, like, sometimes you want something really badly. You think that this is, the career path that I want. This is a choice that I want to make that I'm really set on. And then you get into it, and sometimes that choice is not right for you, and you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah, can't relate. Can very much relate. Literally. And that's, like, it's devastating. Like, it is, like, as someone who has done that, who has, like, dedicated years to going into a way of life that I then realized was not for me, it takes so much out of you. And it makes sense why Pinestar did the things that he did, why he had the reactions that he had, because he was, oh my god, am I Pinestar? He was basically, like, being told growing up, like, hey, you're gonna be the leader one day, like, you've got a lot to live up to. You know, he had a dead hero as a half-brother that he's never met, but everybody, you know, was very, very, like, fond of and all that.
Won't stop talking up.
Yeah. And he was expected to do this thing. He thought he was ready, and then he realized it was not the life he wanted. And for him, it's kind of difficult to back out of it when you've been given 9 lives by God, essentially.
Yeah.
It's kind of more difficult. You can't really say, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore.
You can't quit being leader of a clan as, like, proclaimed by the ghosts of your ancestors that easy, you know? And I don't think it's ever, changing career paths is never easy.
Oh, God, no.
But it's really hard when you're a wild cat.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, the way that he is clearly so much more comfortable when he is hanging out with the kitty pets.
Oh, God, yeah.
And just, like, how much more at ease he clearly feels, and how poorly being the leader of ThunderClan, like, fits him. It's good stuff, man.
It's really good stuff. Shanty's speech about how, because he was, you know, talking about, like, how can you live as a kitty pet? Is there no love? Is there no honor? And she's like, there is, though. Like, my 2 legs and I love and honor each other. They trust that I'm going to come back home every night, and I trust that they're going to love and take care of me. And it was so incredible to me to see, because in these books, being a kitty pet is seen as, it's not a good thing. You know, it's very, cats are meant to be wild sort of deal.
Yeah,
which, you know, I have a lot of opinions about people letting their cats out. We'll not get into it, but basically, if you have a domesticated cat, they should be an indoors-only cat, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Mm-hmm. It's the best thing for everybody.
I agree.
But for this book to take such a loving and wonderful and soft and noble approach to being a house cat, it was so refreshing.
It was the only time in these books, in, like, any of the books that I've read in this series so far, that I really felt like this side of being a house cat and this side of, like, this world of cats was represented in a way that was more than just sort of an afterthought.
Yeah.
And I loved it so much.
It's so good. You can see, like, how Shanty's 2 legs, how her humans do love her, and how they show that same affection to Pinestar, even though he is like, I don't know about this at first.
It's so good. Those scenes are so good.
Yeah, it is really incredible. And I really wish that there was a little bit more of that in the series, because I feel like there is such a portrayal in the books of, like, well, the best way to live is to be hunting for your food and defending your land. And Shanty's like, that's just, like, struggling to survive every day. Do you guys not, like, enjoy life? Like, do you guys not have a good time?
We read these books. They don't really have a good time most of the time.
Yeah, they suffer a lot.
I'm kitty pet build at this point,
yeah,
honestly.
I mean, you know, I'm a little biased. I have a kitty pet of my own who used to be a street cat.
It's so, yeah, like, she's
very clearly got her wild instincts still, but she also, like, you know, a lot of people who don't enjoy having cats, or who don't get cats, like, they don't understand it, they're like, oh, well, cats don't love you. They could never love you. I'm like, my cat, when we were gone for a weekend, we came back, and my cat spent the first 15 minutes of us being home snuggled in my husband's lap, purring and rolling around and, like, rubbing her face all over him because she missed us. Somebody was taking care of her, but she missed us. And so I'm like, there's no, like, I am kitty pet pilled because I have a very loving and affectionate kitty pet who I can tell loves me just as much as we love her.
Absolutely. This is my whole... Currently I have a dog, though my dog does act more like a cat than a dog most of the time.
She does.
But I grew up with 3 cats. Like, and I've never understood the whole idea of, like, cats don't love you. Even when people say it as a joke, I'm like, no, don't slander your child.
Yeah. Anybody who has had a cat, like, can tell you. Like,
yes.
They hold a lot of affection. It is merely a way of, you have to kind of not expect the kind of affection that a dog would give.
Or even sometimes
people.
Yeah, sometimes people with any pet are just like, well, this animal doesn't love me because it doesn't show affection in exactly the same way as a human does. And I'm like, you don't know anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Where have you been? Under a rock?
Yeah, like the fact that your cat will spend time in the room with you, even if they're not cuddling you, that is a sign that this cat likes you. Because cats are very territorial, and to share a space with a cat is to share that trust.
Exactly.
And that's why I think it was so sweet that Pinestar went back to Shanty's
two
legs, and he was walking around and he's like, this was Shanty's nest, but it's gonna be mine now. And he's like, she's not going to leave me because her scent is everywhere in here.
The way he's like, Shanty's everywhere, even though it's a different kind of afterlife than what he knows, right? And like is a completely different kind of spirituality and relationship with those who have passed away than what he sees in the clans. He makes those connections, and he's like, yeah, even though this isn't a clan, this is like...
It's a family.
These connections, it's a family. These connections, God, I'm on record on this podcast as saying I love it anytime one of the cats speaks to a human as though they're just having a conversation. We get some great moments of that in here. Some of them are just very cute and funny, but I legit, when Pinestar is speaking, so there's a scene when Pinestar goes to visit Shanty, and they are sort of like speaking in the road at night, and a car zooms past. Pinestar obviously loses just one of his lives. He has 9 lives. Shanty is unfortunately killed by the car, passes away, and her 2 legs, her owners, her humans, come out and like mourn in the road, and Pinestar is there and he speaks to them. I don't have it directly in front of me, but he like directly talks to them as though they'll be able to understand his words, and says like, I'm sorry, I wish that this could have been different, I'm going to miss her too, and like tries to make this connection across language barriers basically. And it's so affecting. It was so affecting to me.
This was an incredible novella. It is such a unique warrior's story.
It's so different from anything else that we've read and anything else that we will read. Probably, like most of the stuff we will read at least.
Yeah.
It was so good.
And it sets up, I feel like
so much. We gotta talk about
so much. We gotta talk about Jake. We gotta talk about, first of all, I do want to just say they do mention Thunderstar's big paws again.
Fuck, they do. God damn it.
But it sets up so much for the first book of the series. We meet Jake.
Jake count 1.
Jake count 1. Jake is a fan favorite that I've never met before. And
this was also my first Jake experience.
I am ecstatic to have met Jake. He is Firestar's father.
Yeah.
He is Rusty's father. And we meet Quince, who is, I believe, his mother.
No, actually.
She's the other one's mother. We won't spoil.
She is them because Jake, listen, Jake
gets
brings
around.
all the fucking girls to the yard.
Jake?
His milkshake brings them.
Jake pulls women and men.
It's true. Everybody has a crush on Jake.
Everyone has a crush on Jake.
Pinestar
has a fucking crush on Jake. He's like, man, he's so handsome and sweet. I love talking to this guy. I'm like,
dude, there's a scene where Jake is like
massaging
where they're like
him?
snuggling,
Yes,
massaging
they're
Pinestar,
snuggling, and he's like making biscuits on
Pinestar, like cleaning his ears.
As Pinestar is like telling him all of the drama with the clans, and he's like, yeah, let me just like give you a massage, bro. Talk about this.
It's so good.
Oh my god, I love Jake so much. This cat has the most riz in all of the clans. Like, we talked a lot about how Clear Sky kept pulling.
Clear Sky could never.
He had no riz.
He had no right to pull women the way that he did.
Yeah, but Jake is a sweetie. I love him.
Jake deserves it.
So yes, we meet Jake, who is Firestar / Rusty's father. We see a lot of the cats that we will know in The Prophecies Begin. We see Lion Paw. We find out that Lion Paw's name was actually
requested
like the last thing that Pinestar requested.
Pinestar.
He was like, look, if you... I'm sorry that I have to leave, but thank you for making me own up to my decision. And please tell Sunstar when he takes over that if I were to name you, it would have been Lionheart. And his name does become Lionheart, so you know that Sunstar followed through with that.
Yeah,
and it's so good.
It's so good. We also get future important character Bluestar drop here as Blue Paw. Turns out she's fucking Goosefeather's niece.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
And also her father tried to kill her uncle when he was a baby.
Yeah.
Low-key with the badger. Yo, I wish that we had more time, like more space with that to unpack it.
I'm sure we will in Bluestar's Prophecy.
Because, bitch, Stormtail really did just say, I hate this child.
He really did. He's like, what if the child has bad vibes?
And like, why? Just because he's a little weirdo? Let him be a little weirdo. Anyways.
Yeah.
That shit is so wild.
Yeah, so we meet Bluefur, did we meet White Storm in this one? I feel like we did.
I think maybe White Kit was like just born.
Yeah. We meet a very important cat named Tiger Kit, who...
is it time to speak of him?
The wild shit. I am astounded at the scene where they're like, kill your son.
Yo, StarClan is out of pocket for that one.
They really are. They're like, oh, by the way, this cat is like going to destroy the clan. Kill him. It's like, whoa.
Kill your son.
He's a baby.
He's a literal, his eyes aren't open yet. And they're like, listen,
this guy,
speaking of if a baby,
kill him.
Speaking of if a child has bad vibes.
Real. Actually, that child does have bad vibes.
He does. Oh my god, the scene where Pinestar's dream where he just like Tiger Kit keeps getting bigger and bigger and like crushes his family.
Some wild shit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're going to see a lot more of Tiger Kit. He's going to become a character of deep significance.
Incredibly deep significance.
In the future. When StarClan says that he threatens the future of ThunderClan, they may be out of pocket, but they're not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. They fucking mean it. It's true.
But I saw some stuff when I was researching the Erin Corner this week. I saw some comments from fans specifically one comment from a fan left on one of the Erin's blogs that I was really like have been chewing on, which is the kind of paradox of Pinestar leaving the clan to be with the kitty pets partially to try and give his son a chance to grow up without him like influencing the way that he grows. And then Tiger Kit in the future has a huge complex about the weakness of house cats, the weakness of kitty pets.
Oh god, he sure does, doesn't he?
Uh-huh. And what did his dad do?
Yeah, woof.
His dad sure did leave him to go be with the kitty pets, huh?
Well, I saw a lot of arguments on, like, if he had stayed, would he have been able to, change the way that Tiger Kit grew up? Or was it for the best that he leave? And a lot of folks were like, deadbeat dad. Like, he should have stayed and, like, tried to make sure that his son didn't turn out the way that StarClan said he would. But then you think about in Goosefeather's curse, like, Goosefeather is under the impression that nothing can change the future. Mm-hmm. So even if Pinestar had told, like, I feel like if Pinestar had told Goosefeather, hey, StarClan said my son is going to, like, fuck up the whole thing.
Yeah, Goosefeather would not have been like, oh man, I bet that we can work on a way to change that.
No, Goosefeather would have been like, kill him.
Fucking Star said so, dude.
Yeah,
fucking Star said you gotta kill your kid. You gotta do it.
He's gonna fucking do it. Like, you know, what can I say? Wild shit.
Yeah, and there is complexity. Like, there was no good option for Pinestar here to me. Like, staying would have been like extremely detrimental to his own mental well-being.
And the clan, as Lionpaw points out. He's like, do we want a leader who's not wanting to lead us? Like, we don't want that shit.
Exactly, yeah. Like, he was not being a good leader, and he can't, and it couldn't, Lionheart's so good. Ooh, I miss him. He's coming soon in the future. And because of the way that the clans work, it couldn't be that Pinestar could just be, like, the whole reason that he kind of, I mean, part of it, that he has this feeling that, like, I have to leave and go live in Two-Leg Place with 2 legs and with other kitty pets, is because he would be absolutely a pariah if a social pariah if he were like, I'm gonna not be leader anymore and I'm just gonna, like, retire to the Elder's Den. He could not.
No, he could not. And that's even, like, when he leaves, he's like, are they going to treat me like a rogue and I have to fight my way out of this camp?
Yeah. Because that's how, like, deeply ingrained the concepts of, like,
the code and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, the code and, like, the way that clans and territory works, and this deep sort of dogma of you, above all else, you belong to the clan in this really deep way that, like, if you betray the clan in any way, you are not going to be like, welcomed into that space at all in any form.
Right.
So he couldn't just do something like that, like say, I'm not fit to be leader, I'm retiring from being leader, but I'm going to be here and raise my son. He could not, there's no way.
Yeah, that would not have been able to happen. And
so,
he was
like,
being reckless with his lives. He probably would have just thrown himself into a battle and just said, like, I'm on my last life, I'm just gonna let it take me.
Yeah. So, like, this is the thing this is the choice, and, you know, they talk about, like, whatever choice you make is going to be the correct choice.
Because you're going to stick with it. Yeah, I thought that was a really incredible
I liked that a lot. Thunderstar out here.
We love Thunderstar in this house.
Giving us great advice from the grave. I also loved the detail during Pinestar's 9 Lives ceremony that the life that Thunderstar gave him felt like Pinestar was, you know, tumbling over and over and over. And then when we get to the scene where he's hit by the car, what do we get? He's tumbling over and over and over again.
I didn't even make that connection. Oh, that's good.
It's so good!
Damn.
Because that's the life that's like, you have to make this choice. And it feels like a life, as he gets that life, it feels as though it is prophetic of what happens later.
And, like, we know, because Goosefeather has the vision. Like, it is literally prophetic.
Yeah. Oh. I loved this.
Actually,
I loved both of these.
I have to see one thing, because you mentioned that, and that gave me a thought. Let me go back to Goosefeather's... Okay, never mind. I was like, what if Goosefeather got the vision when he got that specific life? But no, it was when he got the last life.
The final life. But yeah,
damn.
Good shit.
Good shit. I don't have much else to say except these were really, really good.
Yeah. This was my favorite. I think that these two are my favorite things that we've read so far. Maple Shade is really far up there too, but these two really, like, clicked.
They were very fun.
I loved them. But yeah, other than just saying I thought these were really good, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm ready to move
run
on.
Out of analysis. Other than a lot of important names came up in this book.
Yeah. Oh, are there any more like family trees that you want to visit before we head to the Erin Corner?
And I said this to you earlier, like, I had completely forgotten that Pinestar was Tiger Kit's father.
I had no, like, recollection of Pinestar.
Like, I'd never known Pinestar before this book, but, like, I had looked at the family tree before. It had never clicked to me on the family tree specifically.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't really think I have any particular, like, family tree things, just that, like, it was nice to see a lot of familiar names.
Yeah.
Interested to see where some of these names go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it, honestly. Would you like to take us to the Erin Corner?
I would love that.
I would go further into the family tree, but the Warrior Cats website is currently down, so...
I'm looking...
The wiki is good, but it does not have, like, that giant-ass one.
It doesn't have the giant one, yeah. I'm looking, and it seems like Tiger Kit is the big one.
Yeah,
here.
That is the big one. Tiger Kit and Blue Fur, basically.
Yeah.
The important ones to remember.
Sad that Pinestar's other two kittens here, Night Kit and Miss Kit, it looks like they do not make it out of kittenhood.
They do not.
Rough. I want to know more about Leopardfoot.
Me too.
What a fucking...
Woof. She had it rough, man.
She had it rough. I love Pinestar, but he definitely did
kind of fuck up with that one, huh?
Yeah, he did not do the best with Leopardfoot. Anyway, Erin Corner. We're with Victoria Holmes again today. She wrote both of these. I know that she generally works as editor versus being, like, the primary writer on these books. I kind of wish that she had, dipped her toes into writing more of the books, because she's written 4 really good novellas.
Yeah, exactly. Like, girl, I don't think you realize how good the shit that you write is.
Yeah, she's always online talking about how she doesn't know how to write about cats. I think you know how to write about cats.
Stop thinking about it as writing about cats, because you're writing really good stories.
It's just really good stories.
Yeah.
So outside of that and saying, like, I think Victoria Holmes is doing incredible with the, like, primary writing on these novellas, I wanted to once again mention Sue Suzanne, aka Susie Plattner, because she is mentioned in the dedication of Pinestar's Choice here. She is mentioned specifically as clanmate, friend, and warrior's expert, which I think makes the conclusion of this, where Vicky kind of denounces Susie's contributions.
Yeah, that kind of fucked up.
That's really kind of fucked up. And obviously situations sometimes just get messy and good intentions can end up twisted. Like, it's very possible that she was trying to take some of the heat off of Susie by like walking that back, because people were getting mad at Susie for contributions that she had made to some of these novellas in like way of story and stuff, I guess. But not well handled overall. It was, it was a while ago now, but for what it's worth, I just think I come out of this particular bit of drama a lot more on Susie's side. I think that Susie was done dirty by the fandom, and partially also by Victoria and, like, the whole team there. It seemed like she was making genuine contributions, and, like, she was trying to do the thing that we keep saying they need, which is somebody to keep track of all the fucking cats.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. There's not that much. I can't go on, like, a super deep dive into it. There's nothing outside of really what was posted on the Facebook page and, like, a couple of like, commentary videos that various folks have made on YouTube. Again, I will mention the Izzy's video about warrior cats, which has a section on this particular drama. But I wanted to bring it up again. Suzanne, if you are getting a dedication with Pinestar's Choice, whatever you put into Pinestar's Choice, I think that it was good, because Pinestar's Choice is one of my favorite things that we've read on here. So I think you did good work there. Thank you for your contributions.
Thank you, Sue. And I love your idea for Cloudberry. Thank you.
Yeah, your idea for Cloudberry is really good.
Oh boy.
tell us about the fandom.
Let's share tongues here.
Yeah, let's share tongues. A nice smooth transition.
Yeah, well, as much as you and I loved these two, not much on the fandom side, I gotta say.
They're sleeping on them.
Yeah, I do think people are sleeping on them. A few good memes.
I love this so much, this image.
The first one that I found is by user Lupine with 2 eyes. And there's a screenshot of a text conversation in the middle, and on one side there is Goosefeather, and on the other side there is a smiling StarClan cat. And Goosefeather just has this haunted look in his eyes. And it just says, like, from Goosefeather, it just says, apparently Lexapro can give you really vivid dreams. And the StarClan cat says, that's great, because if you have dreams about skiing, then it's like you're really there. Free skiing. It's just like, yeah. So much.
It's so funny.
There's another one from Running Nose, with a 1 for the I and a 0 for the O. And it just says Goosefeather's curse, spoilers, no context. And it is that YouTube poop that is on TikTok where it's all our food keeps blowing up. And it's so stupid, but it is so funny because it's so true.
Oh, God.
There's weirdly enough, like, not a lot of anything on Tumblr for this one, which is shocking to me because I feel like Goosefeather is, like, premier Tumblr meow meow material.
Seriously. Good God. That is a haunted child. Come on. What more
Literally.
do you want, Tumblr?
Yeah, that is a haunted child with too much responsibility on his shoulders. So, wild stuff for him. AO3 did not have anything tagged specifically for this story, nor did it have anything specifically tagged for Pinestar's choice.
Y'all are sleeping on them.
There were
good.
65 fics tagged with Goosefeather as a major player character. Lots of them are rewrites of Into the Wild or other fix-it fics. For those of you not in the know, a fix-it fic is where the fanfiction writer finds the piece of the canon that they felt was disappointing or they did not like, or was perhaps seen as a sad or bad move, and write an adjustment, a different ending, essentially. So there are quite a few featuring him. A lot of things where it just seems like, yeah, he's in there because he is going to be a character that is, like, in the background. There's not a ton that was focused specifically on him. Mm-hmm. But I did learn from this that he is in a few more of the super editions, and that's probably why he's so much of a background character in a lot of these stories that seem to have a lot more focus on Crooked Star and Blue Star.
Hell yeah.
Interesting enough, looked at his ships that he's tagged as having. Goosefeather and Pineheart.
That's wild.
Is a very popular one, as well as Goosefeather and Sage Whisker, who is a Shadow Clan medicine cat.
Very interesting, very interesting.
Also Goosefeather and Poppy Dawn, who I don't believe we've met yet, and Goosefeather and Oakheart.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
Poppy Dawn is his... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Is Pinestar's cousin.
Okay. Yes.
Other than that, I know nothing about her.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her either. But apparently she's in Crooked Stars and Blue Stars and all that stuff, so... Mm-hmm. So interesting enough, not a ton that seemed focused on him. I think that needs to be remedied. A tag that you'll enjoy, the tag for this fic was Autistic Goosefeather.
This is a very autistic cat. I can relate.
Yeah, confirmed.
I can confirm. Peer-reviewed, yes.
And then Reddit didn't have much except for this fucking meme that's friendship ended with Crooked Star, now Goosefeather is my best friend, which I'm sure
this?
I'm sure will make more sense when we read Crooked Stars.
I want to know who the cat is.
No, I think that's just the stand-in for the poster, honestly.
Oh, it's just the poster's cat soda. Okay.
Yeah, I just thought it was very funny to see that.
That is so funny.
The novellas in 10 words or less for this one is Baby Prophet gets bullied and causes numerous disasters.
Yep.
Didn't really find any, AMVs or anything for him. Again, it doesn't seem like the fandom is, super keen on these two.
Yeah, there's like, I was also looking for like maps and AMVs and stuff. And for Goosefeather, there's like 2 that look like they were pretty deep in, but haven't been, or were either abandoned or just haven't been compiled and put together and finished. But some of them had some really great like sections that the animators had posted that looked really good. But I wish that there was something that was a fully finished project.
Yeah. So moving on to Pinestar's Choice, there's some really cool art from Dandelion Sketch on Tumblr that has a person's hand holding out a collar to a crying pine star. And the collar is like shining with kind of a halo of light. And the text on it says, "No alarms and no surprises, please." The caption is what really got me.
Caption's
which
so
is,
funny.
"Become a house pet today to stop being tormented by your horrible ancestors who hate your one-day-old son."
It's
So like this very emotional, beautiful art. The comment, like the caption, is just so funny.
so funny.
But I was scrolling through the tags that people have put on that one, and somebody said, "Read this whole novella at once after seeing this. Easily top 5 most fucked up Warriors books."
Oh, it's so true. I like the one tag that's just, "Oh, cool, art that hurts you."
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Then there's this other one, not to write an essay in the tags, but there's something to say about how this was a cool choice narratively to have a leader leave, but also how for once it was someone avoiding StarClan's will instead of following it and the outcome of whatever prophecy feeling inevitable, no matter how the protagonists get there. IDK Warriors has a determinism problem, is what I'm saying. I agree. And it's so funny that it was like, "Hey, kill your son. No, I will get treats and scritches instead."
Yes!
Like, yeah. No, I will get scritches instead. He deserves them. A lot of people hating on Pinestar for being a bad leader or father when it's like, hey, the point of the story is to, like, let him have flaws.
Yeah.
Anyway, Warriors
Once
fandom
again-
let people have flaws challenge. And then this other
Hey,
one...
it is middle grade fiction.
It's true.
It's but still a lot of the people in the Warriors fandom are adults and they should know what nuance is.
Yeah.
Please learn about nuance. It will make your life better.
Agree. Then Disgruntled Demon posted, I think, a novella set in RiverClan somewhere in the chunk of time after Maplestar's Vengeance, but before Pinestar's Choice would be really interesting. There's a lot of fun stuff you could explore at that time. Tension's still high between RiverClan and ThunderClan. Cat's dead because of Mapleshade. The Medicine Cat leaving RiverClan to join ThunderClan, etc. I just know the drama was bonkers. I'd be inclined to choose Cloudberry as the POV, but I'd really like to focus more on RiverClan. Maybe Perchpaw, Reedshine, or one of Reedshine's kids. I think that would be fascinating.
That would be really a good
It'd be a
addition
fun
to
little
this
novella.
drama.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to see the RiverClan side of the drama. On AO3, fucking pain in the ass searching for Pinestar because there was no Pinestar tag. There was no Pine tag. You had to search Pineheart.
Why?
I don't know. 49 fics tagged with Pineheart. A lot of what ifs and rewrites. Quite a few about, like, what if he did something different with Tiger Kit. Some about, like, hey, what if he did kill Tiger Kit? There was one I saw on what if he took Tiger Kit with him to become a kitty pet.
God, that would be so fascinating.
Yeah, I did add that one to my mark for later.
Real sliding doors situation
so
there.
I am going to read that one. But yeah, for these two, there were a lot of what ifs, rewrites, of especially the first couple of books in Prophecies Begin. But we've got quite a few ships here for Pineheart. We've got some Pineheart Leopardfoot. We've got Goosefeather, Pineheart, and Sage Whisker as a threesome. We've got Jake and Pineheart, of course. Halftail and Pineheart, Pineheart and Shanty, and Pineheart and Flashnose. So, very interesting.
Yeah.
YouTube, again, not as many maps or PMVs that I could find. There was a Littlest Pet Shop vid of it. Izzy's viewers, if you know, you know. I did not watch it because it was getting close to recording time. Side note, there was a piece of art of Pineheart and Goosefeather that I found on Tumblr that I saved for the end here because I was like, oh, we'll put the both of them together. And it's Pinestar. He's got all his scars. He's looking he's looking all happy.
Just, looking like a happy little guy.
And then fucking Goosefeather is Gremlin Central over here. He's this floofy gray cat with, like, kinky
his whiskers
fur.
are all, like,
Yeah, his fur is all, like, scruffy, and he's got little scraggly lines. His ears are all, like, torn up. And he's got, like, the most haunted, horrified stare over at Pinestar. He's just, like, looking at him like, oh god, oh god, oh god. It's so good.
Funny.
I love it so much.
Oh, it's exceptional.
It's so good. So definitely we'll be reblogging that to the Tumblr when it comes out. And that is from user Ashfur, with a 4 for the A. Forshfur. That's pretty much it. Not much in the fandom side of things, but I think there should be more. Listeners, I challenge you. Make some Pinestar and Goosefeather memes.
Yeah, I'm going to become a prophet of these two.
I believe in you, Scout.
Thank you.
Should we
do Warrior Cats of the Week?
I think we should.
Tell me about your cats.
All right, so for Goosefeather's Curse, my Warrior Cat of the Week is Pearnose.
Ooh.
I really liked Pearnose. I thought of all of the StarClan cats that Goosefeather talked to, Pearnose was the nicest one.
Yeah, Pearnose was a StarClan medicine cat who kind of just, like, stuck around and guided Goosefeather through his apprenticeship.
Told him stories.
Sort of Goosefeather had two moms.
Yeah.
One was Cloudberry and one was Pearnose, is sort of the vibe.
But yeah, she helps him, remember his herbs, and,
She's misgendered at one point in the writing. I noticed this was in the mistakes. Yeah, the mistakes section.
But I also thought it was very sweet that she came to him during the starvation, and she was like, my heart is breaking for you guys. I'm so sorry that you have to deal with this. And she was like, you can't be responsible for them, you just have to guide them.
It was really good.
Yeah, loved Pearnose. Who was your Goosefeather cat?
My Goosefeather cat was Cloudberry.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
we talked about a lot for earlier in the episode. I thought Cloudberry was such a fascinating character. I loved her whole arc here, from, like, being the cranky older cat to becoming a confidant and advisor for Goosefeather, to her making it through this starvation just to get very sick with presumably green cough.
Yeah, because she was the only one who would take care of Dostar. I thought that was really, really sweet.
Yeah, I thought that was a really nice touch.
Yeah, really, really nice moment there.
Yeah, and I want to know more about her.
Me too. As for Pinestar's choice, I feel like we can kind of guess this was coming. My Warrior Cat of the Week is Jake.
Yes. That makes sense.
I loved Jake. I thought his friendship with Pinestar was really nice. I thought he was a fun little side character. I truly cannot wait to see more of him. He is such a cutie.
It feels like he has such a profound effect on, like, all of the cats that he comes into contact with, and I'm so excited to see more of that.
Yes. Who is your Pinestar cat?
My Pinestar cat was the man, the myth, the legend, Pinestar himself.
Very nice.
It's the scenes where he is empathizing with Shanty's two legs and, like, making these really difficult decisions and, like, discovering this other way of life. I just really loved. I thought that he had such a gentle and empathetic POV that just really resonated with me.
I love that. A lot of good cats in these two.
Yeah, really good.
Well, I think at this point, Scout, would you like to go ahead and start taking us out?
If you have thoughts, opinions, questions, or memes to share with us, you can write to us at pawsandclawspod@gmail.com. That's paws, as in when a cat has, claws, as in the part of speech, pod as in podcast. We are also on Twitter at Paws and Claws and on Tumblr at Paws Claws Pod. Listeners who are 18 years and older can come join us on Discord, which will be linked in the show notes. You can find me on Twitter or Tumblr at HumbleGoat, and you can see the art that I do, including our podcast cover art, at scoutwilkinson.myportfolio.com. Links to my portfolio as well as my Ko-fi page are in the show notes as well.
And you can also find me on Twitter at plot_twists or on Tumblr at antique-romantic. Our next episode will be out in 2 weeks, where we will be discussing Super Edition number 6, Tall Star's Revenge. Read along by buying the book from a local bookstore or checking a copy out from your local library. Until then, dear listeners, ignore StarClan and go get some head scritches. Fuck StarClan.
Dude, StarClan
I'm so pissed off at them.
This is a StarClan anti-cast now.